Welcome back to my channel. My name's Ella, and if you're new here, basically, I'm just a girl who reads. That's what this is. That's all I gotta say. And this reading vlog that I want to do during this time, I don't want to say week because this honestly could span way over 1 week. So this reading vlog is going to be Girl Reads Lord of the Rings for the first time. So let me get into the backstory of this and why I want to read Lord of the Rings. So I read The Hobbit, I think back in, was it last year? No, I read The Hobbit in probably, I think, March of 2024, so 2 years ago it's coming up on. And I loved The Hobbit, I really did. And I had this like English class where I took and I had to read Beowulf, and basically J.R. Tolkien, like, he tries to write in like Middle English or some type of Old English. And so I read Beowulf, and The Hobbit is basically not based directly off Beowulf, but it has its ties to it. Like, if you read one and then the other, you can definitely see like where The Hobbit has inspiration from Beowulf. So that's basically the backstory of my previous like reading history of J.R. Tolkien. And yeah, I love The Hobbit. I think I gave it 5 stars, to be honest, if I remember correctly. And I never decided to pick up Lord of the Rings after The Hobbit, which I don't know why I was saying that. I just didn't want to read Lord of the Rings not book related, but movie related. When I was a kid, I remember watching Lord of the Rings with my dad, and it was like one of those movies that it's like movie night with dad. Like when your dad puts on the craziest randomest movie and you're just like, holy like moly, like I did not know this fantasy world existed. So I watched, I believe, all Lord of the Rings movies, but it was so long ago. Like, it must have been, oh my goodness, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. How old was I then? I don't know, but I can't really remember any of the plot or anything. I can only remember Frodo and my precious Gollum. And so me and my boyfriend were gonna start watching Lord of the Rings, and we did. We started the first movie, and we were gonna watch the Hobbit movies, but why is there like 7 Hobbit movies for one book? Like, no, I read the book. I do not need to watch those movies. But so we started watching the first Lord of the Rings movie, and I was like, wait, I might have to read the books before we watch all these movies, because I was like immediately just enthralled. Like, I was in it. I was getting shivers. I was like, we need to slow this down. Like, I need to read these books and then we can watch the movies, because unfortunately I am that type of person. And if you're a book person, you know. So that is why I'm here today, and we're going to do this reading vlog. And I'm kind of nervous, but I think my favorite books, or books that surprise me the most, are the ones that I go into and I'm intimidated by them. Just because they have like some label on them, like a classic, or they're really old, or they're so like well known. They intimidate me, and I think I can't read them. But then I figure out you know what? I could read them, and I can, and they're probably going to turn out to be some of my favorite books. So yeah, I started the first book, which is, I think it's The Fellowship, I think it's called. I'm like 2% in. They're all on Kindle Unlimited too, so if you want to do this, go to Kindle Unlimited, download them all. It's a trilogy, so I think it's a trilogy. I know there's more, but I'm only interested in the 3. But it's all on Kindle Unlimited. So I downloaded the 3. I started the first one. I'm on like chapter 1, 2% in. It's kind of like explaining a Hobbit, kind of like the backstory of the Hobbit and the people, and Bilbo Baggins is explaining. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I'll probably update you when I'm 50% through, which let's hope I can get there. I don't know if I can, to be honest. So let's get this started. Me and you, we are just 2 hobbits, and we're going on this adventure for the first time out of the Shire, and we're going to read Lord of the Rings together. And I kind of want to make this like a series, like girl reads blank for the first time. So this is girl reads Lord of the Rings for the first time, and I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be fun. And also, disclaimer, don't take like my like literary analysis and my review of what's happening in the book too seriously, because I'm not gonna take it serious. I'm not here to like analyze these words in this world. I'm here for the vibes, I'm here for the plot, and I'm here for that blonde wizard woman who I don't know her name. I think it's Rowan, I don't know, but she's pretty in the movie, so that's who I'm here for. And yeah, I'm really excited. So let's start on our journey. Let's venture out. And once I finish the 3rd book, I'm gonna get that ring. That's my ring. Okay. Let's go beat Mordor. So I'm 31% through, and let's just say I'm going on this journey with these freaking hobbits, because gosh, it has taken me so freaking long to even get 120 pages in. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way that Tolkien is writing. It's just very slow, and I'm trying to take my time with it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, what is going on? Overall, I think I like it. I don't love it. It's really hard for me to want to keep like reading it, but I know that it has to get good. Like, it has to get interesting. Like, there are some parts we'll like go through this story and we'll go through the chapter, and then we get to this really like funny, good, or interesting part where like it's, I don't know, it just gets like juicy or something. Because I feel like 50% of the chapter is boring descriptions and boring stuff that I don't understand. And then the other 50% of the chapter is like, we're getting choked by a willow tree. So it's like, give me more of that. That's what I like. And I think I'm also struggling because I'm reading the part that I watched half of the movie of. So it's like the first half of the movie I watched, like the first one recently, and I'm in that part right now. And it is so contrastingly different from the movie that I'm just like, I'm imagining the movie in my head while I'm reading this, and I'm like, this is not the plot of the movie. This did not happen in the movie. So I think maybe once I get past that part, then I can start forming like my own like images in my head. I like Frodo. Frodo's pretty chill. I think my favorite character so far is Sam. Sam Gamgee. Is that how you say his name? He's ride or die. Like, if you get yourself a Sam Gamgee, because I know I got myself one, but that is like the friend you want by your side. Like, he is like, if Frodo goes, I go. If Frodo dies, I die trying to save Frodo. So I'm just like, dang, Sam and Frodo are like this. But I also feel like Tolkien is writing so differently than how writers write today. And I just want to take my time with it and not try to rush through his writing, because I feel like his writing isn't one you can rush through, because that's when you kind of miss the important details, or you just kind of miss the picture he's painting. And honestly, I feel like that has been my biggest thing. I think I'm rushing way too fast through this, or I'm trying to rush when I really have no point of rushing. But I can say I have been enjoying Tolkien's personification of nature through writing. He kind of just like makes nature come alive in this world to the point where it's not like crazy nature either. Like, it's not these fake things he's creating. Like, he literally made a willow tree basically come alive, and we have willow trees, so it's very based in real life. And I like how he kind of has like this like theme of nature versus like person, because it's not only like these evil forces that are at work, like I forget the guy's name even. They barely said the evil guy's name. What's his name? What is his name? I just know they're from Mordor or something. What is his name? I'm so mad I forgot. Oh my god, please, someone. Back to my original point. He not only has these evil forces at work, like the evil people, the evil writers, he also has nature kind of at work too, where it's like nature's going on no matter what. Even if there's like problems between all of the people in this Middle Earth, nature is still going on, and it's still going to protect itself. And like, it doesn't care about the ring. Like, if you got somewhere to be, Frodo, this willow tree does not care. You are in its home. You are at its place of living. You are going to get killed by it. So I really like that theme, because I can really pick up just the personification and the way that he makes nature feel like another character. But yeah, I have to go to my English class, and I'm gonna be late if I do not leave now. So that's my thoughts. I'll keep reading. And also, this is a full spoiler vlog, so I don't know if I've said that. Like, I'm not holding back any information because this is like 60 years old at this point. And yeah, I'll keep on updating you guys. Sorry this was so quick. I gotta go.
This one has a bunch of books on them, and this one has some big yellow flowers. These are like the little travel packs, which are so nice to have.
Y'all, part of me is like, if Lord of the Rings was not one of the most highly talked about and praised series ever, would I still be reading this book? That is a question I want you guys to sit with, and I am gonna sit with it as well. Because I honestly, you know what's looking really good right now? This. A DNF. Because who the frick is Tom Bombadillo? I'm currently on the floor of my room. This is what I'm here to say. It has been, I think, 2 weeks since I started Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, and I'm 60% through. 5 hours left, my Kindle is saying in the book. I don't know how. I don't know how I have 5 hours left and I'm 60% through the book. And I'm just like, I watched the rest of the movie. So I got to the point where I stopped watching the first movie in the book. And then I watched the rest of the movie. And I literally just do not see any point to keep reading this book, honestly. Like, it's giving me such, not even a headache. Like, I enjoy it. I genuinely do like the writing, and I like how Tolkien is, I guess, writing nature and stuff. But other than that, it's just dragging on so much to the point where I think it's actually putting me in a book slump, and I need to get out of it. But I'm so mad because I wasted so much time reading it. I've been reading it for like 2 weeks. I wasted so much time. And I'm giving up at 60% in. I don't think I have it in me. Unless like I pick it up in small doses, like, and finish the last. I'm just kind of over it. Because the book, it's just dragging so much. And the movie, when I watched the movie, I could like clearly see the points where they cut out the stuff in the book that absolutely adds, I don't even think it adds anything personally. But, you know, I tried, and surprise, surprise, surprise. Did you guys think that you weren't gonna hear from me again about Lord of the Frickin' Rings? I have an update. Can you guess what the update is? That is the question. I don't think you'll ever believe what my update is. I freaking finished Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings. And after I recorded the last clip, I don't know if I'm gonna put the whole clip in, because I probably might, but I recorded the last clip and I low-key soft DNF'd it, and that was probably the 1st of March. Yeah, it was the 1st of March, that, or the last day of February, that I soft DNF'd it. Then I decided low-key, I was reading like physical copies of my books, but at night I was like, I don't really have anything to read because I don't like reading in the dark, my physical copies, or like even reading at night, it makes my eyes hurt. So I had started to pick up The Fellowship of the Rings as I was going to bed, so I started reading it again, and I had gotten like 60% through, and I was like, okay, let me just read this as I go to bed, like each night, like slowly. And honestly, I think if I do continue on with the series, that is how I'm going to go about reading it. Because just like something about having my like Kindle at night with Lord of the Rings, it was so cozy, I'm not even going to lie. Like that was the vibe for that book. But I think I also needed another like read to balance out like just Lord of the Rings in general. But overall, I finished it, and I'm actually really proud that I finished it. I'm not gonna lie, like I patted myself on the back after I hit that last page, because that took me some time. It says on my Goodreads that I started reading it February 17th, and I finished it March 20th, which I think that's the longest it has ever taken me to read any novel ever. Completing it, honestly, in the retrospect, like when I look back at when I first started this video, I really thought that I was gonna read every single book in this series in this video. And I could barely complete the first one. But I gave it 3 stars overall. And I think maybe now that I've been a couple days out from reading it, I would maybe bump it up to 3.5 stars. I do think it's a big story and book and movie and series for a reason. Because it's just like you can't help not but love the Hobbits. And you can't help not love the characters. It's just such a good story. So yeah, I just wanted to come back and say I completed it. Might have took me a whole freaking month, but it was worth it in the end. And this is your sign that if something is taking you longer than you think it should, or longer than it's supposed to, I feel like we should normalize reading books slow. I don't know what happened, like from 2021 to 2020 now, like our society just like prioritizes finishing as many books as fast. If you're like in the reader like community, you just know like it's like we have to, even like social media, like we just have to consume. Like we have to consume all these books so quickly. And really taking the time to read a book with like just intention, and just read a book for the sake of reading a freaking book at your own pace. It might take some time, but honestly, now, instead of rushing through it, I feel like I really did take my time and I really tried, and I had a good time. I'm not really upset that it took me that long to finish it. I'm not upset that I read it. I'm not upset about anything, honestly. And now I'm gonna watch the second movie, and maybe I'll pick up the second book in the series. I don't know. Can someone comment, whoever read all the Lord of the Rings, like in the series, can you comment, is it worth it to read? I think the next one is like Two Towers, and then the third one is like Return of the King, I think it's called. I don't know. But can someone please, if you love those books, if you ride or die for them, give me the motivation in the comments to read them. Because I honestly didn't mind Fellowship of the Ring. It was just so slow. So yeah. Thank you for coming along on this month-long journey. It's been a long time. That's all I can say. Yeah. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for putting your faith in me. Thanks for clicking on this video and having faith that I will finish this book, because Ella at the start of this video, the version of myself at the start, could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. But now I'm here on the other side. So yeah. I will see you guys in the next video, if there even will be one. Because I don't even know what I'm doing, low-key. Genuinely, that's a whole nother topic though. So if there is another video, I guess I'll see you there.